Well, hey, Banner Church, good morning. I wanted to share a thought with you today. It comes out of Mark 10, verse 50. And if you were with us yesterday, then you heard the story of blind Bartimaeus and how Jesus healed and transformed his life, brought hope and healing. But I wanted to read a verse to you and share a thought that was shared with me that I think would really encourage you. It's verse 50. This is after Bartimaeus has been calling out to Jesus over and over and over again. And Jesus calls to him and says, hey, bring Bartimaeus to me. And here's what it says, verse 50. It says, and throwing off his cloak, his meaning Bartimaeus, and throwing off his cloak, he sprang up and came to Jesus. It's such a small verse, but it holds really strong importance in this one word, cloak. And it was shared with me by a good friend, Carolyn Tennant. And here's what she said to me. I want to share it with you today. She said, in Jesus' day, there had to be an approval by a rabbi in order to beg. So when you got approved by a rabbi to beg, they would give you a cloak as a symbol to other people, as a sign to other people that you had a legitimate need, so that it was okay to give to you. And so what that meant is when Bartimaeus was throwing off his cloak, he was throwing off his livelihood because it was given to him as a sign to other people that he could receive money. And so when he throws off this cloak, it was a precious thing even in his brokenness. It was a defining thing even in his brokenness. He threw it off and ran to Jesus. He was basically just saying, hey, I'm not going to need this anymore. And if I'm wrong about that, like, I'm throwing away my livelihood. Basically, he was just all in for Jesus. And I thought a lot about that yesterday, that he was saying something very powerful in that moment, that he threw away the most important thing in his brokenness to receive healing. And I thought about that. So often, I think we're too worried about holding on to the best of our broken that we won't throw it off and run and receive the fullness of the healing of God. And today, I think really the best thing that we can do is say, Jesus, I believe in you. I believe in who you are. I trust in you. And so I'm going to release control over this part of my life, even the part that defines me, so that I can be all in with the hope and healing that comes from you. And so I wanted to ask you today, as you start your week, and it's a beautiful Monday, and we had a great day gathering at church yesterday, but I want to ask you, what is a cloak in your life that you need to cast off to go all in for Jesus? What's that part of your brokenness that maybe has even defined you? Maybe it's part of your livelihood, but you know that in order to run to Jesus fully, you need to cast it off. I just want to pray for you. Be blessed, be encouraged, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.